While terrible things can occur, there are moments when kind-hearted individuals step up to make a difference and save a life. This puppy was completely covered in glue and would not have survived without prompt assistance. Rescuers in Istanbul quickly responded to a report about a dog in distress. They began their search for the puppy, but it wasn't easy in the industrial area filled with hiding spots for a small, frightened dog. Just then, the person who made the report arrived. Concerned bystanders stepped in to confront two kids who were seen applying glue to the dog, successfully driving them away. The dog refused to accept their assistance and fled when they attempted to help him. The closer they got, the more he freaked out. At that point, they'd realized they needed the assistance of specialists. They called Istanbul's Key Art of Rescue, hoping they might help. The Good Samaritans chose to stay and provide all of the information they had to the rescue center. When the sanctuary verified that someone would arrive to assist, they could help the rescuers find the dog because they had observed the way he fled. After giving a broad direction, the rescuers could resume their search. They discovered him in a structure, trembling in a corner of a large room. The adhesive had set and was nearly cement-like by the time they located him. The unfortunate dog, Pascal, as he would come to be called, was limited to using his tongue. Even though it was simple to pick him up and bring him to the rescue facility, the sight of the hopeless little creature nonetheless made the rescuers' hearts bleed. The individuals who initially encountered him expressed regret for their inability to assist more quickly, but they were reassured that their simple phone call had a significant impact. They brought him to the rescue center and had the veterinary staff examine him as they carried him as softly as possible. This puppy, with a thick layer of adhesive, touched the heart of one of the team's veterinarians, Hassan Akin. It must have felt awful, and it gave his coat a rubbery appearance. He even had some branches and twigs embedded in the debris. They had to shake his coat in order to relieve him of his agony, as there was no way they could get it all off. His skin was scorched by the chemicals. Even after trimming off as much fur as possible, they still needed to begin giving him medicated baths. It would take months of treatment for him to acquire healthy skin, and that would be costly. But it was at this point that the tale began to shift. It may initially seem like a story to undermine trust in mankind, yet when it came time for individuals to step up, they did. Because of this, it's a tale that helps you believe in people again. People from all around the world wanted to assist Pascal when the shelter revealed his tragic story. Before long, they had saved up enough money for all of his medications and therapies. Even when it was discovered that he also had canine parvovirus, a virus that can be dangerous for even young, healthy dogs, the committed group had no intention of giving up on him. He would need weeks of therapy for the illness after everything he had gone through, but in the end, he overcame it. This would give him the best chance to recuperate and become well. He would have to stay at the shelter to recover while receiving care for the chemical burns. However, what about on an emotional level? That might require more time than the actual scars. It made sense that he was afraid of everyone. He had been homeless for what felt like his whole life. Before the children had harmed him, it was obvious that he had experienced many frightening situations while living alone. Pascal was quite protective, even at the age of 4 months, according to the rescuers. However, they were adamant that something would change. When he first arrived at the shelter, he had no desire to interact with the rescuers, but it would offer him the finest opportunity to heal and become healthy. He would need to remain in the shelter in order to heal from the chemical burns. But what about on an emotional level? That might take longer to heal than the wounds themselves. It was understandable why he was terrified of everyone. Before the children had hurt him, he had been homeless for what seemed like his whole life. It was clear that being alone had exposed him to many frightening circumstances. The researchers found that even at 4 months old, Pascal was highly protective. They insisted that something would happen. Nevertheless, he didn't want to interact with the rescuers when he initially arrived at the shelter. It seemed impossible for this puppy to change his mind about being friends with anyone. After he made that decision, even when Pascal was lying on his own, he would want to play with him and cuddle close. The fact that Pascal not only put up with this behavior, but also began to actively seek out the puppy startled the staff. It was a major victory when he wagged his tail for the first time upon meeting Dr. Aiken. When he got there, he would then begin to sprint up to him. Ultimately, Pascal and Dr. Aiken became friends, and he felt totally at ease when Dr. Aiken scooped him up and gave him a hug. That was the breakthrough the small dog needed. They grew very close, and he came to the realization that he could trust people in general because he began to trust one individual. He relaxed and became much more playful with the other shelter staff members. He was becoming the content puppy that he had always been. The team witnessed his recovery and found great emotional fulfillment in each small victory. They just knew that he was recovering when he found the bravery and confidence to play tug with some of the other dogs. His skin was healthy, his fur had grown back, and he was a happy puppy. It was time to locate his forever home, but nobody found it easy to let go of Pascal. The small puppy had grown to mean so much to the staff, especially Dr. Aiken. It wouldn't be fair to adopt him, as Dr. Aiken already had too many pets of his own. Another family would not be able to provide him with the same level of care. They listed him for adoption. And since many people were interested in learning more about Pascal, many expressed a desire to adopt and provide a loving home for him. After reviewing every application, they discovered the ideal place for him to live. Since the couple had one small dog, Pascal would have company but still receive plenty of care. The shelter staff found it hard to say goodbye to him, but they knew this was the moment they had been anticipating. They shared an exciting update. You won't believe his transformation. Pascal, who had grown significantly, was captured in photos running joyfully down the beach with his family. Accompanying them were their two beloved pets, enjoying their holiday in Spain. Pascal is now a happy and healthy puppy, surrounded by more love than he could ever imagine. He was having the time of his life, sprinting along the shore. It was heartwarming to see this once shy and injured dog blossom into such a joyful and independent companion. A truly beautiful ending. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comment section. I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.